Hello darlings, here is your Infinity Garden update for the 7th of May 2023. We got a late start this year because of weather and life, but here we are. As I mentioned before, this is not the ideal space, so what I do is first cut down all of the hedges so that I get the most light. That's the east-facing direction. I only get direct sunlight for 3 to 6 hours a day depending on the time of year, so I like to optimize it as much as possible. They just had a new fence put in, so as you can see everything is in the center, so now I'm going to design the way it's going to be laid out for this year. But first, a little visit from the dogs upstairs. Then we are back to work, just beginning to move things around, and one of the branches here is overhanging a bit for light, so we're going to cut that. To reiterate, one of my favorite things about container gardening as opposed to raised beds is that everything is totally movable and modular. For light, for guests, for using the backyard for other things, for any reason, and even up to and including taking the entire thing and putting it in the back of a truck and moving it to a totally different location. This method keeps what I think is the best of all possible worlds for a city environment, giving both versatility and maximum yields. Another good thing about it is that you can put plants closer together, but you might need to give a little bit more space because they are in individual separate vessels, so their root structures won't be interfering with each other, etc., etc. Now to decide where everything is going to go, you can see I'm thinking about it right here. And since I got a late start, I'm not going from seed, but from starter plants. I make sure to get my starter plants from a local garden shop as opposed to one of the big box places, just to keep more of the money in the community. And as you can see, we're going from that kind of chaotic start to things taking shape more the way they're going to look. Now that we've got the basic layout, I've got some starter plants also from a neighbor that I share plants with basically every year. It's been 5 or 6 years now that we've been giving each other starter plants or sharing fruits or plants, etc., etc. This year they gave me 5 sunflower starters, so I'm hoping to get at least a few of those to grow. They're just great beacons and they look lovely. And now that I've put in a few of the kale plants and the sunflower plants, I am adding some rich compost to the top of the soil. I did things a little bit out of order because I got a late start, and I know that when night falls, it falls hard, so I'm anticipating that happening relatively soon. There are so many reasons to grow your own food. I produce about 70% of my own fresh produce from the time when plants start maturing until fall or even beginning winter. For political, for community building, for social reasons, it's a great thing to do. A little ritual to bless the space, and that's our day.